Welcome back, guys. So this is one of those videos that you asked me to do and I cannot win. People are going to be upset with me, but it is what it is. So you asked me to do a 5v5v5 Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. Book the best, or not book, but basically draft the best Survivor Series match we could possibly see. So I sat long and hard with this and I came to a realization, no matter which 5 I pick for each brand, you guys are not going to like it. So I'm just going to pick guys that I think would do well in a match like this, would add something to the match, and maybe has a proven track record in this kind of match. With NXT, it's very difficult because they've only really done very, very limited of this. So let's start with NXT. So obviously, I think somebody like a Roderick Strong would be able to add quite a bit to a match like this. Obviously, this doesn't need to necessarily be active wrestlers, just guys that's been prominent on that brand. Next, Gunther. I mean, how can you leave someone like Gunther out of a Survivor Series style match? I mean, he could make some major, major disruptions. Then, Adam Cole Bebe. I think he would be brilliant in this kind of match, that kind of heel that everybody despises but still just eliminates people and just gets lucky and also wrestles an absolute clinic. Then Matt Riddle. I do think that he would be pretty solid in this kind of match. Then lastly, I didn't really pick team captains, but this guy, if you talk about NXT Survivor Series matches, it's gotta be Keith Lee. He's probably the best NXT Survivor Series competitor we've ever seen. So that's our NXT team. Now for Raw and SmackDown, it was difficult because these guys, they a lot of times wrestled on both brands. So I could only do what I could do. So let's start with SmackDown. And I pretty much picked the guys based on which show I think they spent more time on. Well, not really. You guys get the idea. So Team SmackDown. Let's start with Roman Reigns. I mean, he's got quite a track record at Survivor Series, as well as he's currently one of the biggest faces of the company, and I think he'd do amazing in this match. Then Rey Mysterio. He spent the majority of his career on SmackDown, and I think the plucky underdog on this kind of match would do really well. And seeing what I did here with my Team SmackDown, it seems like Team SmackDown will definitely be the face team. I didn't really plan it like this. Then Kofi Kingston, obviously Survivor Series beast, and I think he'd go a long way in adding a lot to Team SmackDown. Then we've got John Cena. I mean, if you're talking about overcoming the odds and Survivor Series, let's look at this wasn't Survivor Series, but still the Nexus match. I didn't like the outcome, but still he's Super Cena. He's going to overcome the odds. And then we have going one-on-one with The Undertaker. Holla holla, player. The Undertaker. I mean, if I think about SmackDown, when was it? Mid-2000s? I think Undertaker main event. And obviously also, he's synonymous with Survivor Series. So that's our Team SmackDown. Now Team Raw. Let's do Randy Orton. Probably one of the biggest and best Survivor Series competitors in the history of the business. Then we've got Dolph Ziggler. We cannot forget 2014 Survivor Series. Next on Team Raw, I needed to add some beef to compete with the other beef. So I was struggling with a couple of guys, but I just threw in the Big Show. Why not? We can do the whole trope of it's going to take so many guys. I know this is not over the top rope elimination, but he's so big, who's going to eliminate him, blah, blah. We can do that whole trope. Then we've got another guy who's probably synonymous with this event. We've got HBK, Shawn Michaels. And then lastly, a guy who made his debut at Survivor Series. And no, I'm not talking about The Undertaker. I'm talking about The Rock. So that's our teams. Let me know in the comment section who you think is winning. Is it Team NXT? Is it Team SmackDown? Or is it Team Raw? Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, peace.